Examining the founder of a religion is a critical step in testing its truth. Why? Because if the founder was a fraud, the entire religion collapses along with him. Our main thesis today is that Joseph Smith was a false prophet and a fraud. Therefore, Mormonism is a false religion. If you're a Mormon watching this, my goal is not to attack you. I'm simply inviting you today to consider the evidence and seek truth wherever it leads. Maybe there's a reason you came across this video. Joseph Smith founded Mormonism in 1830 after publishing the Book of Mormon. The largest modern branch is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known as the LDS Church. Smith claimed divine revelation, including visions from an angel named Moroni, who showed him golden tablets, which he translated into the Book of Mormon. Conveniently, he had to return the tablets to the angel, meaning there's no evidence they ever existed. But even if they were real, the Bible already instructs us on this situation. Galatians 1:8 says, "But even if we or an angel from heaven should preach a gospel other than the one we preach to you, let them be under God's curse." Let's look at a few evidences to support our thesis. In 1835, Smith purchased Egyptian papyri and mummies, claiming he could translate them by a divine gift from God. The result was the Book of Abraham, now canonized in Mormon scripture. Smith claimed that the papyrus was written by the hand of Abraham himself. He translated hieroglyphics and provided detailed interpretations of the images that he saw and what they meant. The problem for Mormons is that modern Egyptologists disagree entirely. The papyri actually date to around 200 BC or newer, roughly 1800 years after Abraham. None of the translations match Smith's claims at all. His interpretations of hieroglyphs have been proven 100% to be wrong. Notable scholars have called this an impudent fraud. Even high-ranking LDS insiders have admitted privately that Smith had no understanding of Egyptian. Our next evidence of fraud is false prophecies. Smith made multiple failed prophecies. In 1832, he claimed the temple in Zion, Missouri would be built within that generation. It was never built. In 1835, he predicted that Christ would return in 56 years by 1891. That never happened. According to Deuteronomy 18:22, if a prophecy fails, it was not from God. Smith failed this biblical test. The next evidence of fraud is moral failures. Smith had around 40 wives, some already married and some as young as 14. Even LDS leaders acknowledge this. There's also strong evidence that Joseph Smith was a racist. There are many shocking passages in the Book of Mormon written by Joseph Smith that are explicitly racist and say dark skin is a curse. I spoke with an ex-Mormon recently who told me that the biggest reason he left was because of racism that still exists in the cult today. By 1844, Smith was the mayor of Nauvoo, Illinois. A local newspaper exposed his polygamy and his polytheistic teachings. In response, Smith overstepped his power, declared martial law, and had that press destroyed. This abuse of power led to his arrest and ultimately his death at the hands of an angry mob. Let's summarize. Smith was a false prophet. His prophecies failed multiple times. He contradicted scripture and fabricated translations that have been proven wrong. He failed moral standards, engaging in polygamy, deception, racism, and abuse of power. The evidence is overwhelming. Joseph Smith was a fraud. Therefore, Mormonism is false. There's much more that can be said, but the facts already speak for themselves. If you're truly seeking the truth, don't ignore the evidence.